Hi, Matt with eTrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the Kuat Piston ION bike rack on the back of our 2025 Honda Odyssey. Now this is going to be a great rack if you're looking for something that can carry those really heavy e-bikes, since this is going to have a weight capacity of 100 pounds per bike, and it's going to be something that's just really easy to work with and looks nice back here. If you're looking for something that looks a little bit tougher, this is one for you, but let's talk about how it's looking with a bike right now. So right now, if I were to move this around, the bike's really not moving at all, and we still have plenty of space in between our vehicle and the handle there. And what's nice about it is, since the Odyssey has a larger liftgate, in most cases you are going to make contact with your bike. Some do avoid it, and this one has plenty of clearance, and we can see that now when I press here until our pedal has plenty of room there, and so does our handle, even with this being a mountain bike. This would be great if you just want to get back here, get ready for your ride, sit down, tie your shoes, grab your helmet, or if you're just out and about, you need somewhere to put your groceries real quick, you can still do that. We can put it back up, and you probably notice that ramp next to me. That ramp does come included with this, and we can actually use that to remove our bike. The way we do that is by coming over here. I'm going to start by removing this strap first. Once that's removed, then I'll come to the front side, or whichever side you find is a little bit easier to unload your bike. If I have cars on this side blocking me from loading it, load from here. If it's on this side, vice versa. I'm going to press this handle here, that's going to release, and I'm going to push that down. I like to only do one at a time because that other side usually does a really good job at holding our bike in place. Lower it completely. And then grab that ramp. Ramp's really easy to use. There's just going to be a hand knob on the bottom. It'll extend out if you need a longer ramp. And then we'll just grab at the edge here. I like to lift up my bike just a little bit. You don't have to lift it up much, just enough to kind of get that aligned. And then I'll take off the bike. And if it's kind of stuck in here, you can just press this button here and push out some. There we go. That's enough to take this off. And just like that, we're off of here. And now I can go take out for a ride. Now, with this being one continuous tray, I think that's a little bit easier to actually work with when putting your bike on and off of here. Looks a little bit nicer too. But on the back side, we are going to have this, I guess you would call it chock. And it does have the strap connected to it. What's nice about this is you can actually adjust how this sits on here by pushing up and down. So it will work with a lot of different wheelbases. But now let me put everything back into place so it looks a little bit nicer. And then we can get a couple measurements. Now I will say it is important you get that strap all the way put up, because it might get in the way of you trying to get everything nice and flat. So that'll probably be much better. Good. Now I'll typically just throw this in the back of my vehicle since it doesn't take up very much room. But the first measurement I'm going to get is going to be the ground clearance. That's going to be important to know when you're going up a steeper hill, anywhere like a driveway or a parking lot, so we don't bottom out. And right now we're going to be at 20 inches. So even if you have those heavier e-bikes on here, it still has a decent amount of room, but still keep an eye on it. And then for the total distance, the way this sits, that's going to be 30 inches from these handles right here. So that's pretty standard for a 2-bike rack. Just keep in mind if you're in a tight spot like a parking spot or garage. We can save space by pulling on this handle here and pushing up. And this here I think looks really nice. I wouldn't mind leaving this on here full time. And now we're going to be sitting at about 16 inches. And what's really nice about this is we're not going to block anything. So we're not blocking our license plate, our taillights, our back window, or our backup camera. Now the way it's going to install is we're going to have a 2-inch shank that goes into a 2-inch hitch. We're then going to have a pin that goes through, and it's going to have a lock on the other side to keep this nice and secure. We're also going to have this anti-rattle knob on the back of here that's going to use the handle, so you won't need any tools for it, and it does a really good job holding in place. Now, overall, I do think this is going to be a solid option, but if you don't have those super heavy e-bikes weighing up to 100 pounds, if they're more around 60 pounds, then I'd recommend going with the Kuat Piston Pro Bike Rack. It's going to be at a similar price range at this, and it looks a little bit nicer, and it won't be as heavy. But it really just depends on what kind of bike you have. Now, if you guys have any other questions, let us know here at eTrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.